Let's start today's session. Yes, let's start today's session. In the last session of .NET, we were discuss basic programming with console application. Okay, how to create console application, how to add classes to the console application, how to write programs, how to change startup object. We were discussing in the last session, and in this session, I'll continue with more examples. Okay, how to accept values at runtime, what are the conversion specifications are there in .NET programming, we'll discuss. And before that, already we create a project. Okay, we just create a console application, and existing application, if you want to open with Visual Studio, then first of all you should flip to Visual Studio environment, go to search and click on Visual Studio, and you will be able to enter into Visual Studio 2022's editor tool. And in this editor tool, you can see, if you want to create a new project, you have to click on new project option. But if you want to open application, then open a project or solution. You have to click on this open or project or solution, go to the location. Instead of this one, you can see left hand side, whatever opened applications, that applications are there. So my application is present here, console application 1.sln means solution file. So we in F drive .NET 6 PM. This I want to click on it. Once we click on that, it will be open clearly. So previously what programs we've discussed, that is going to open here. Okay. So we have to continue from here onwards here. So this is in the last session, we just given a programming, simple programming part. So how to print string value at how to print string value in the console window, output window. So now today, for a change, I would like to display some integer values. Okay, variable declaration, value assigning to the variables. That example I'll show you. For this purpose, I'm taking one more extra class to the console application. You know how to add more number of classes or extra classes to your console application. So you just simply click on project menu, click on add class. Okay, once we click on add class, you have to select a class template, and you can give the name of the class any name as per your requirement, and make sure that .cs extension is required, because we are selecting C#.NET programming file only. So click on add. Once we click on add, so now you can see you'll be able to add the class. The class name is class 2. Class is a keyword, class name is class 2 only here. Let's write a program here. But before that, you have to add main method here. Yes, compulsory we have to add main method. So how to add main method also I discussed in the last session by typing manually static void main M capital open bracket close bracket, or else there is a code snippets are there. So shorthand way of writing the code, just type svm and double time you can press tab key. Tab you can press twice from your keyboard, automatically static void main method will be generated. And now here I'm taking for a change on one more program, I'm declaring a variable. How to declare a variable? You can see int a, this is declaration of variable, and assignment of value to the variable is a equals to 10. Either you can use int a and a equals to 10, or else directly we can go through here, int a equals to 10. Okay, so next int b equals to 20. How many variable values I'm declaring, sir, here? Yes, so two variable values, int a, int b. Okay, but why it is showing underline green color here? You can see the variable is assigned. When we place mouse pointer on variable, the clearly it says that variable a is assigned, but its value is never used, it is saying. Okay, the indication also clearly there, you can see unnecessary assignment of value to A. Okay, but before it is showing, but after that I have to use it. This variable value I have to use it. So this is value which is assigning to this variable A, and data type is integer. Let me print these values into my output window. Console.WriteLine, your text value of A is. Now how I can attach this variable for this output statement? For this we have to use a concatenation symbol plus and then A. Then press enter. A value I am assigning to this output statement. Now you can see this time the warning is not coming here. You can see this is clearly used. A is declared, A is used here, but still is B is declared, but B is still it is not used. So the variable B is assigned, but its value is never used. It says that unnecessary assignment value of B here. So in editor, Visual Studio Editor, clear warnings and errors clearly you will get. No need to worry as a programmer. While typing only, you will get maximum alerts from this Visual Studio. Value of B is, I have to use B value also. I'm just printing B value. And to stay back to our screen, console.read I'm using. So in the previous examples, two programs we have seen. One program is this one, hello DURGASOFT. This is string only. And next program also I have seen, this is also string. But for a change now, I'm introducing how to declare a variable and how to assign the values to the variable here. Now, this time I have to execute what class? Class 2. To execute this class 2, as I said in the last session, your console application is having many classes like class 1, class 2, program.cs. But which class do you want to execute? That class you have to change startup object compulsory. Startup object indicates that which program you are going to run. But how does your runtime knows that which program you are going to start? There are many programs are there in your application. Many main methods are there. This is having main method, and here also main method, and even in this class also main method. Which main method onwards it should be executed? So you have to decide by setting what startup object. So how to change startup object here? Yes, to change startup object, go to Solution Explorer, double click on properties, and you can see startup object drop down list is there. Expand this. Now observe here which, how many programs you have written with along with main method. That programs are going to be displaying startup object drop down list. And which program do you want to run? That program you have to select. I want to run class 2 here. Let's click on save it. Without saving, changes will not affect. Compulsory how to save it. Then after that, hit the start button. That's all. Once we hit the start button, then your output is going to display in the output window. Value of A is 10, value of B is 20 here. It's clear or not? Yes. Now one more important thing I will tell you. See, this is my output window, sir. If you want to exit from this output window, okay, or else you want to come out from this output window, what we need to do? Either you can click on close button here, or you can press enter button, anyone. Okay, close, it is okay. Again, I'm going to run. Even if you press enter button also, it will exit. Okay, you will come out from the output window. This is one option. Instead of this, now you can see this is because of console.read. If I use read key is there, one more read key is there, read key. Read key in the sense what? This read key can be used to exit from the output window by pressing any key from your keyboard. Okay, now you can see output window displaying. The result is displaying in output window, and I'm not going to close. I'm not going to press enter. Any key from your keyboard you can hit. Automatically you will exit. This is because of read key only. Okay, but if you want exit by pressing any key, then you can use read key, or else if you want exit by pressing enter or close button, then you can use read only. Anyone you can use. That is your issue. But one more thing here, to declare same data type variables, we use two statements here, two-time declaration. Why don't we use only one time? Yes, we can do it. So both are integer type only, no? Yes, A value 10, comma B value 20. Both are integer type only. So this is also possible. Int A equals 10, B equals 20. Now value of A, value of B is there. But even you can see, to display two variable values A and B, why we are using two statements here? Why can't we go for one single statement? Within single statements, So we can also display this two variable values. Yes, let me give comment section. Just comment is this one. Comment means your compiler will ignore these lines. Okay, so it will not consider in the execution part. Now, or else if you want to write description about your program also, you can use comments. Now here I'm using values of A is, values of A and B are, okay, plus A plus double quotes, comma, plus B plus double quotes. Then this is what actually we are printing, we are displaying two variable values at once in the output window. Here you can say double quote plus plus A, one variable value, comma, double quotes and plus plus B, that is one variable value, B variable. And this double quote is closing with, because of we have started the statement with double quotes only. Okay, so this is what we are printing, only one statements through multiple variable values. This is option number 2 here. So anyways, you can do. And one more option is there. Using indexes also we can able to print the values. Now you can see console.writeLine, console.writeLine, values of A and B are, values of A and B are 0 index 0 and next 1 1, then comma A comma B here directly. So either you can print multiple variable values by using index based and concatenation based with multiple values, or else individual statements also we can print it. So this is what example to show how to print your variable values in the output window within the same statements for multiple variables. Now, in these programs, overall 3 programs we discussed in console application, but all programs you notice that whatever the values we declare and assign inside the program, that values only we are printing. But so far we are not accepting any values at running time. Okay, got it. So now I would like to start accepting values at runtime. So, but what values you are accepting is the matter. Okay, so first I'll show you accept string value at runtime. Accepting string value, accepting string value at runtime. At runtime means what? At the time of program execution, you have to ask to the end user, please enter some name or something. And end user will give inputs. That inputs you have to read. Where we have to read? In application. So how to accept the values at runtime? Whatever user is entering the value, that values have to accept. For that, I'm going to take one more program. Just add the class, project menu, add a class. So now you can see class 3 I'm taking. Even you can give the meaningful name of your class also, no issues. Let me add it. Now you can see internal class 3 here. Static void main. In the first statement, I'm just writing here console.writeLine, enter your name. Just I'm asking. This is just asking the value here. Observe here. Okay. We are asking the value by using this output statement. Now, let me change the startup object to execute this class 3. So class 3, how to change startup object? Go to Solution Explorer, double click on properties, class 3, and click on save it and then run it. So our third program is running here. Just observe here. So enter your name. For example, I am entering this name called DurgaSoft. I am entering DurgaSoft is the name. You are entering at the time of runtime or execution time, means this is going to accept values at runtime. Program is executing. While executing, I'm giving my inputs. This input has to read. Who should read? Your application should read. But as I said that in the last session, to accept or to read the values from the end user, we use read and readline methods. Okay, writeline methods are output methods, means which you want to display output to the end user. Readline methods are input methods, means which is going to accept by the user, accept from the user. So this DurgaSoft I'm entering here. So as soon as when we give my inputs, this inputs has to read by the application. But here, no method is there to implement in my program to read my user inputs. So to read user inputs, I have to use what actually? Console.readline method I have to use. Console.readline. Readline means what? To read a group of characters. And using this console.readline, what it will read? Whatever you enter the name, it will read. But where you are going to store? You are not going to store anywhere. So we have to store into separate variable. But you are accepting values at runtime what format? String format, because readline will read string only. String s equals to console.readline. I'm taking string is a data type, s is my string variable, and I'm reading group of characters. That group of characters will be stored into s variable. Then finally, if you want to display output, and you can see console.writeline, your name is plus where is our name is going to store s variable. We have to use concatenate and s. This is very simple way to accept values. This program demonstrate accepting string values at runtime. String means group of characters. Yes, I am asking through this statement enter name, the name entered by the end user, that name read by the application like console.readline, and after reading completely, the name will go and stored into where s variable, and after that we are printing that name through your name is so and so s variable value. Let's run this one. And because of first statement, just I'm giving here closely, because of first statement it is asking what actually, let me arrange this. Now because of first statement it will ask enter name. Okay, whatever we enter the name here, DURGASOFT Durgasoft, it has to read. After reading, console.readline will read this and it will store into s, and third line your name is so and so, it is coming s value. Are you getting my point? So because of this line, enter your name is we are printing in the output window, and whatever we are giving input values, Durgasoft console.readline will read this input and stored into s variable, and this finally output is your name is so and so s. That is what s variable holding what Durgasoft. Your name is so and so. It's coming Durgasoft only. So this is just accepting values at runtime. What value you are accepting? String value. But my question is, so you are going to accept values at runtime, but the value whatever user given input, is that really saved into s variable or not? How does I know that? Yes, to know that whether your input value is going to store inside the s variable or not, you have to check as a programmer, just cross verification by keeping breakpoint. Breakpoint means where you want to check here in this line number 14, you can just keep the breakpoint. How to keep breakpoint? So line number 14, just click with mouse pointer. So there is red circle will be there. This is called breakpoint. Okay. And again, if you want to remove breakpoint, just click over there. Again, you will be removed. You can remove breakpoint also clear. My intention is to keep the breakpoint. In this case is I want to check what value is going to store inside the variable. After keeping breakpoint, as usual, you can hit the start button, run your program, and wait. Whenever you run your program, now you can see you just minimize this, and without minimize you can see enter your name. So I'm just entering the name called Mohan. My input, oh, this is not my input. You have to minimize it first. You can minimize this. Now you can see when we place mouse pointer on s variable, it shows null reference right now. Okay, because we have not entered any value in this case, s value is showing null. But how to move forward, sir, for the execution? Yes, to move forward for the execution, I strongly recommend to enter from your keyboard function key plus F11. Function key plus F11 you have to press. After keeping the breakpoint and start run, okay, start execution of your program, and you can, if you want to move line by line execution, and function key plus F11 you have to hit the request. Whenever we keep function key plus F11, and it will ask you to line by line checking execution clearly here. Let me hit the request function key plus F11, function key plus F11. Where it is going now, you can see it will move to output window. Here we have to enter your inputs, then press enter. Now you can place mouse pointer on S. Your input values are going to store in S variable, and here also you are going to just place mouse pointer on S variable, and your input is going to store here. You want to view the result value in text visualizer, XML visualizer, HTML visualizer, JSON visualizer. You can give this. I'm just going to HTML visualizer. Now you can see it is opening your input value in the HTML visualizer window here. Your variable name is S, value is Mohan here. Okay, close this. Again, you can hit the function key, press F11, function key plus F11. How long you have to press function key plus F11 till you will get an output. Okay, till the output window is open. Now you can say output window is open, your name is so and so is coming. So just for checking whether your inputs are stored inside the variable or not, so just keep the breakpoint and hit the start button or F5. After hit the start button, minimize this window, and after that you can place mouse pointer on S variable. It shows null because we have not supplied any value for the S variable. And again, function key plus F11, you can hit this and it will move to your output window. Open this output window. Here we have to enter the data and press enter. Now you can place mouse pointer on S variable. Your data input values are going to store in inside the S variable. And now you can see S variable is going to store your name is so and so. And press F11 and press F11 and you got this output window and close it now. So this is just accepting value at runtime. What value you're accepting? String value. Okay. Yes, fine. Similarly, let's go to another program now. I'm going to add one more class. Now this time I'm going to accept integer values at runtime. Yes, accepting integer values at runtime, not string. Integer values at runtime. How to accept integer values at runtime? Okay. Yes, I'm showing this program because these are all very important basics you must and should aware. Now I'm declaring A, B, C, three variable values. Okay, I'm not going to accept right now. A value 100 I'm declaring. B value 200 I'm just giving. C equals to A plus B I'm giving. Just addition of two numbers. It's very, very basic programming. Console.WriteLine I'm taking here sum is or the result is. The result is what? Plus C. C is holding the result value. To stay back to our screen, console.read. But look at here, in this program, am I accepting values at runtime? No. Still, I'm using this. I'm assigning values to these variables inside the program only. Look at here, 100 value I'm assigning to A, 200 value I'm assigning to B, C value equal to A plus B, 100 plus 200, 300. 300 will be printed here only. Okay, just let me complete this execution so that later we'll try to accept these values at running time only. So let's go to Solution Explorer for changing object, properties, double click and class 4, save it and then run it. Now you just try to, oh, the result is 300. Yes, it's fine. The result is 300 is coming because already values are given inside the program. A value 100, B value 200, 100 plus 200, 300. That's fine. But now I don't want to declare, I don't want to assign the values here itself. I need to accept these values at runtime. Console.readline. Okay, here also now you can see console.readline. Console.readline. Got it? But before that, I have to ask to the end user for just confirmation. So enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. I'm just asking. Now observe here. What happening here? You can see this. This is showing error. The same thing whenever we try to use in my previous program, this is not showing an error. Why? Here it is showing an error because A and B are integer type declaration. But in this program, S is what actually string type declaration, but we are not getting any error because the reason is in .NET programming, whatever you are trying to accept values at runtime, no matter it can be an integer, it can be a float, it can be a double, it can be a long value, it can be a character, it can be a string, no matter any type of value you are accepting values at runtime means by default that will be treated as string. Are you getting? String will be represented. So that's the reason in previous program, you're asking enter name, you declare as a string, you're entering string only. That's what it is going to accept string value here. Okay, just you're accepting string value here. There is no problem at all. You are giving string value, then it is going to store the string value inside the S variable only. That is string only, no problem at all in this case. Are you getting my point? But when it comes to this program, you can see what program here. When it comes to this program, just to give me 1 second. Yeah, when it comes to this program, you declare as an integer variable, but whenever we accepting values at runtime, that will be treated as string only. But string value cannot implicitly convert. Now you can see when we place mouse pointer on it here, the error number, you can see CS0029 cannot implicitly convert type string to integer. Implicit means internally the values cannot be converted from string to integer. Okay, so you have to take care that conversion. Who will take care that conversion? Programmer has to take care the conversion from string to integer. So here to convert from string to integer, to convert from string to integer, then we use conversion methods, conversion methods, or this process we can call it as typecasting, converting one data type to another data type. Okay, conversion methods or typecasting process. But how to convert values from string to integer? Yes, there are two types of methods are there to convert value from string to integer. One is convert.toInt method. Next one int.parse method is there. In these two methods, anyone you can use to convert from string value to integer value. Sir. One is convert.toInt is there. Next one is int.parse is there. Convert.toInt as well as int.parse. Anyone you can use in both of these. I'll show you difference between these two also. Okay. First, let me convert. So I'm converting this. Even if you run this forcefully, you will get an error. You can see this. Now you can see there were build errors. Build errors means compilation errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful build? Yes means last successful output you will get, and also errors you will get. Last program output you are going to see here. Okay, but I don't want to see last program output. I want to see errors only. You can see below error list is there in the error list window. You just double click on it. In this window, cannot implicitly convert type string to integer. Here also cannot implicitly convert type to integer. Okay, so because two times, this the reason is two syntax errors are there here. Now we have to use convert.toInt or int.parse. First, let me use convert.toInt. Convert.toInt. Convert.toInt I'm taking here. toInt. Just observe, as soon as when we press toInt in IntelliSense, there are so many options are there. toInt 16, that is 16-bit integer. toInt 32, that is 32-bit integer. Okay, you can see signed integer. toInt 64, that is 64-bit signed integer. It depends on given input range of values. I'll talk about this in 16 and 32, 64 range, and I'll display you also how much range values we can able to enter at runtime. If I take 16, if I take 32, if I take 64 also I'll discuss. Okay, meanwhile let me take 32 here. Convert.toInt 32 off, console.readline. Whatever the values are accepting, that will be treated as string. String will be converted into integer, and integer value will be stored into A. Similarly, here we can use convert.toInt 32 of console.readline method. So this program will execute fine, because you have to take care of the conversion. Because in C#.NET console application built implicitly, the values whatever we enter at runtime, that will not be convert implicitly. Okay, let's start run the execution. Now you can see enter two numbers. I'm entering first number is my input is 45, second number is 12, and we got this, the result is 57. 45 plus 12, 57. We got this. This is simple adding two numbers. So you have to know what's happened. What will happen if you accept the integer values at runtime? Conversion is required. And what will happen if I accept string values at runtime? There is no need to convert, because you are entering the name, and that name is group of characters. It's stored into S and string format only it is. But here we are declared as integer, but you are entering num1 and num2, first number, second number, but that numbers also will be treated as internally string format, and that string need to be converted by using this conversion methods and stored into integer values here. Two integers are adding clearly here. Okay, but let's check out here. Int.parse also will work. Here you can see int.parse, int.parse, and here also int.parse I'm taking here. Int.parse I'm taking, int.parse. Yes, both. This will work, as well as convert.toInt method also will work. Both are working fine, sir. What is the difference also? I'll tell you. One program I'll write. Now let's start the execution. Now enter two numbers. Just I'm giving any two numbers, 85 plus 45, 130 is come. Okay. Yes, this is okay. Now if I can give float values, how I can do, sir? Suppose if I'm entering the values at runtime, okay, we declare as an integer, it's okay. But if I try to accept this values like floating point, then you will get an exception, obviously. So what is an exception? You'll see now. This is exception unhandled. Exception means all of a sudden during the program execution, due to some invalid inputs from the end user, your program immediately will be terminated. That is called exception. An unexpected or unwanted event will disturb the normal flow of program execution is called exception. Exceptions we have to handle, but to handle this exception, there is some big concept is there in C#.NET. We'll discuss later. That is exception handling mechanism. Okay. Right now I'm showing that input string was not correct in format because you have declared as an integer, but you are giving string only. Are you getting my point? You declared as integer, but you are giving string only. Sorry, you are giving float only. Sorry, float. So that's not correct. So in case if we give float, then we have to declare floating point representation here. And int dot float not actually. Now we can see float dot parse not. Float dot parse you have to use. Int dot parse not. Float dot parse. So now this time floating as well as integer will work fine. So depends on your data types. I'll talk about data types also in upcoming session. Now this time you can see 45.21, 52.14. We got the result is 97.35. Got it? Yes. Now let me show the difference between convert.toInt and int.parse. What is the difference? For that, I'm taking one simple example. Now you can see class 5 to show the difference between convert.toInt and int.parse. Wantedly, I'm just taking int a string s equals to 100. Like a string s equals to what? 100. Is this string? Yes, undoubtedly it is string. Why? Because the value which is enclosed within the double quotes, that is called string only. I declare s as a string. But my requirement is I would like to convert this string into integer. So to convert from string to integer, obviously we use what methods? Convert.toInt method as well as int.parse method. Let's apply both methods so that you will get differences. Console.writeline. First I am taking convert.toInt 32 off. Yes, yes is need to be convert. Again console.writeline. Now this time I'm using int.parse because I have to show the differences between these two only. So stay back to our screen, console.write. Okay. Yes. Let's change the startup object for executing this class 5 program. Go to Solution Explorer, double click on Properties, class 5, save it, then run it. Now you can see you will get an output 100, 100 two times. In the output window, you got 100 one time and one more 100 second time. Here 100 is there, again the other 100 is there here. Okay. So the reason is that means this convert.toInt as well as int.parse. Okay, convert.toInt as well as int.parse, both are converting successfully. And that's because of this convert.toInt 32, we got 100. Because of int.parse s, we got 100. Both are working fine here itself, here in this case. So convert.toInt method as well as int.parse method successfully converting values from string to integer. Okay, yes. Then just I'm changing declaration now just because of to show the differences. Okay, I'm going to declare as a null. See, string s equals to null. I'm taking s null. String s equals to null means, see, if you want to say the variable which is don't have any value means in the string format we can say null. Null means nothing. How we can represent same thing in integer form? 0, obviously. But actually, as per my previous example, previous execution, how many zeros need to be displayed? 1 0 because of convert.toInt, another 0 because of int.parse. Okay, let's run this. Now you will get only 1 0 because of convert.toInt. Observe here. So one line is going to give exception, another line is giving output clearly. Only 1 0 is coming, but next 0 because it is a failure. What is the failure here? Just observe here. Value cannot be null. Value cannot be null here. Okay. So value cannot be null. So that means convert.toInt method will convert successfully from string to integer as well as null to integer. Yes, null value is also converted into 0 format. That is convert.toInt method. Convert.toInt method successfully convert from string to integer as well as null to integer. But whereas int.parse method will convert only from string to integer, but it will not convert from null to integer. When your value is null, then it will give an exception. Value cannot be null. Okay, this is the problem actually. Null value to integer value, null value to 0 value will not be converted. If the value can be null, it is unable to convert from string to integer. So int.parse. So this is exactly difference you have to notice. And you can see if you got exception, you should not close this window. If you close this window, that doesn't mean that you will exit from the output window. Only error will be closed. But if you want to stop debugging or stop execution, then you can see click on this red color square box, stop debugging is there, or else shift plus F5 you have to press. Then you will exit from the output window now. So what is the difference between convert.toInt and int.parse? Convert.toInt method will convert successfully from string to integer as well as null to integer, null to 0. And whereas int.parse method will only convert successfully from string to integer, but if it is value is null, it cannot be convert from null to integer. That is what I'm saying. Okay, this is the difference. And let's flip to the other program. Now, sir, here integer I'm taking here, integer. Okay, here int.parse convert.toInt and convert.toInt convert.toInt 16, convert.toInt 64 difference I'm telling now. Convert.toInt 16 I'm taking. Convert.toInt 64 also, convert.toInt 32 also I'm taking. What is the differences within this range? Okay, within this range. So to accept this values at runtime, let me flip to this class for execution. Yes, let's quickly flip to class for execution, class 4, and then save it and then run it. Okay, now, so I took this convert.toInt 16. So toInt 16, toInt 64, toInt 32, just because of input range of values. For example, I'm taking enter two numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got the result successfully because we are in the within the limits only. I entered the numbers. But once you cross the limit, what limit? Convert.toInt 16 limit, 16 bit integer it is. 16 limit I'm just crossing. Now you can see here I'm crossing 16 limit. We got an exception again because the range is exceeding now. Okay, but how do we know that whether this range is how much it is? Okay, to know this range, I'm printing in the beginning program. Observe here console.writeLine, just for clarity, console.writeLine. Okay, so now you can see int 16 dot max value. Okay, yes, int 16 dot first minimum value I'll take, int 16 dot minimum value, so that you will understand that what is minimum value of 16 we can enter at input runtime, and what is maximum value. Int 16 dot max value. So this is range values. Range, I can show you range. toInt 16 minimum value how much, maximum value how much. Based on that, you have to enter at runtime values. Now you can see toInt 16 minimum range is minus 32,768 to 32,767, within this range only. Okay, minimum maximum. For example, minimum 32,767. It's okay. 32,768 I'm giving. You can see this is exceeding the range. This is okay. This is only last, but we are exceeding the range. Now, when we enter this, you will get an output wrong. You got an error. So this is the range actually here. Let's try to execute once again. 32,025,452. This is 32,761 below only it is. Yes, it is valid. Once I execute 32,767, it is also valid. We are within the range. Within the range, it's okay. It is going to be added. So just for understanding the range. At the same time, here I'm taking 32, sorry. 32 range, how much it is? 32 range. 32 maximum value, minimum value. Let me check. 32 minimum value is how much, and 32 maximum value is how much. Let's try to do this. 32 maximum value how much? Okay, maximum value 32 is just within this range limits only. We have to enter your inputs. Now maximum value 32, minimum value is 214783648. Maximum value is this one only. I'm entering this copy and entering two numbers here, these two numbers, and I'm giving within the limits only again. Now you can see we got the result clearly successfully. But once we cross the limits, now you can see I'm just entering these limits and I'm just giving values 23648. I'm giving 3647 only last, but 23648 I'm giving, exceeding the range. So we got an output error. Okay, this is the range values. And now coming to the 64 I'm taking. 2 into 64 is there, no? Yes. 64 generally will not accept for integer declaration because it is too long. So either you can decrease or increase the data type declaration, like from into to double. Double is suitable for 64. Okay, now we can see 64 I'm taking 64, and here also 64 I'm taking. Just observe here. Now let's run this one. Now this is 64, that is giving error. Actually I have missed out. This is 64. Instead of 64 I have used 34. That's wrong. Let's run this once. Now you can see the range is minimum value, maximum value. This is large values. You can able to enter this, and I'm entering large values. I'm entering some values like this. We got this output clearly here. Okay, yes. And if we exceed the range values, now you can see I'm just exceeding the range. You will get an output again. Okay, 807, but 808 I'm giving. You'll get an output wrong. So this is what to find out minimum range, 2 in 32, 2 in 64, 2 in 32, 2 in 16. What are the minimum value, maximum value? We can able to calculate like this one. Within the range of that limits only, how to give your input values. So this is important basic information which is going to deal with console application, how to accept values at runtime, and string values and integer values, how to convert from string to integer, what methods are there, we discuss in this session. For more details, we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. That's it for today from my side. If you have any question regarding this session, please ask me now. C variable has any range. Any range means what is that C value? This C value. Okay, this C value. That's what this range is. This range is exceeding. If you give input values are exceeding, automatically C is adding, then C is going to be added. Within the limits you are giving A and B obviously will be stored into C value. If it is exceeding, then there is a problem. Okay, double ABC values. No, here double value. Double range, how much it is, that much only it can be stored. If I declare integer, that much only it can be stored. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll see again, same link, same time. And I request you, if really wish to continue these sessions, and tomorrow is only this link will work. Again, day after tomorrow, this link will not work. If you want to join with a new link, please kindly contact to DURGASOFT persons, and you can register immediately here. Different class means I need to show you different programs. No, that's what I'm adding more classes. Application is nothing but collection of classes. At a time, even you can take only one class and you can write many code also, but the output will be disturbed. No, here you can write one single program, you can write many number of lines, but how many programs I can show in one class at a time? Again, in the output window will be completely full packed with all outputs, and you have to search our output values. For just maintaining the clarity, just I'm taking every time a proper example separately. Okay, so this code, okay, and also this code, and also this code, you can keep in the same class only, no matter, it will work fine, but you will get confused. Okay, total lines, it will be increased, and that many lines output will be increased in the single output window. You cannot see where is your output, what code is there. That is what I'm just dividing separate classes for every program for clarity maintain. Okay. Yeah. So please contact to DURGASOFT immediately and complete your formalities. Once you complete your formalities, then we will I'll get mail IDs from DURGASOFT. Once I'll receive mail IDs, then I can able to start my share my videos up to now, whatever I discuss. This is fourth session, 4 videos, and you have to get material also, C#.NET material step by step, soft copy, you will get it. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see again on same link at same time. And this link will work for only tomorrow. Then again, this link will be expired. And day after tomorrow onwards, we will give new link that is short link. Okay. And that link will come from my mail ID officially. So if you want to get that link, then you can contact to DURGASOFT immediately. And tomorrow this link will work. Yeah, my new Python batch. Yes, right now morning 8 a.m. Python I have started recently, 7-8 classes over. That also available in YouTube channel, demo sessions. And very soon I am going to announce new Python batch at evening 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. I'm starting. I'll give you update also. But if you go Python, I will not recommend to join .NET. Don't waste your money and valuable time. If really need, you want to learn both .NET and Python, you can. But as a trainer, I will not suggest you. Either you can go through Python or you can go through .NET. Anyone, please. But you are the trainer like me, you can learn any courses, no issues at all. Okay, you want to do a job on particular platform, I don't recommend personally multiple technologies. Okay, stick with one course, that's good. Even if you want to join, you can join, that will be advantage, but that's not good. Okay. Okay, in your work, Python is using. Okay, good. No issues, no issues. Compulsory, you have to learn, because in work environment, you have to play the multi-role, means obviously what they recommend, you have to update from your side. Okay, but job trials, I'm saying only one way you have to try it. So it's good. Python is very simple. If you handle .NET, then Python is cakewalk for anyone. That's not a big deal. But market is very good in Python point of view. Okay, we are here to teach any subject. It's not a matter for us, but only the thing is you should do hard work and you should get in job in that platforms only. Yeah, sure. So if you want watch my videos, demo videos also there, 5-6 videos they uploaded my previous version in YouTube channel, Python, Django, REST API, all those things. You can decide it. Okay, see you. Have a nice time. Tomorrow we'll see on this same link.